pool has ended up here, and straight away it's the team that came fourth who are 1-0 up. So, yeah, this is going to be set alight here, I think, at Coffs Harbour, this matchup. But, Mark, who are some of the players that we want to be watching out for here?
Well, Jack, we called the Mets versus Hornets semi-final this morning. The Mets are known for their upsets because they upset the Hornets this morning. From the Mets, number 11, Malachi Lati-Levu, wasn't he fantastic earlier on? Plenty of tries this. And Jai Charlton from the Sharks is well-known Australian representative. He's one to watch out for in the Maroon.
Charlton's been brilliant all week. As we see the ball go to ground, yeah, I'll touch on that combination there, Mark, between Geddes and Lati-Levu. And Lati-Levu was one of the chief playmakers for the Mets in this side. Plenty of other names there that would be familiar. They've certainly got talent. Both sides do here, as we see charging up the middle of the park is the number 37, Rawali. We'll remember him from day one. Scored an outrageous try in the bottom corner of the field here. And number 20 will play the ball. Oscar Gray threw a phenomenal long ball in the match this morning. Here we go, though, to the corner. Rawali may have found his way over the line, and he has indeed outside that little wing gap, or link gap, I should say.
Vaviakila Rawali, I think he's of Fijian descent, gets the nice little cheapy link quickie there. Slide dive on Trey Hahipenny, who can't get onside in time. Try time, 2-0 to the Mets. 2-0
to the Mets, and this has been an absolutely interesting division to follow after the the intercept almost taken there by the number 9, Dylan Bissett. He's gone, you can see him sort of head back the side. He's gone, oh man, that would have been 3. But the Sharks on the attack here, they are certainly dangerous on the front foot. They've been caught there. You can see Matt Lavery, referee, out on the field right now from Queensland, playing the ball here. In a moment, the Sharks will be the number 6. That's Hayeta. And they tipped the ball out. There's been a little bit of flair so far from the Sharks, but they probably need to settle down. This is probably not how they expected to start the game after winning their division with 5 wins and no losses.
Yeah, they cannot suffer from any complacency because the Mets, we know the way they play, straight up and down the field. They defend so well, only letting in 2 tries in that semi-final. So the Sharks are getting reminded of how good the Mets are early on.
And the Mets will want to keep this going for now as we see play through. There's possibility of a 6 again, and that's the call that's going to be made here. The number 27, Van McDonald for the Sharks, trying to go for the intercept there, at the very least putting the ball to the ground. The Mets with the ball now, though. They'll come back towards the centre of the park. Daniel McMahon working in there with the number 2, Horatio Edwards, who played a big role in this morning's victory. Playing the ball out on the wing. They'll look to dish the ball back towards the centre. And who's it going to be? You can see Rawali. He's ready for action there, and he's come out to the line. I think the referees will call a touch pass here, but gee, he's opened up some space there nicely.
He has, and if he just took the touch there, got the defender back on side and tried to race him for another slide dive outside, he might have been a chance of his second try there, Jack.
I think you might be right, Mark, and a lost hat there out on the field will be collected in due course. The Sharks, though, making meters. They're hungry, running through now, and I believe that might be our man Jai Charlton, recognised by the hairstyle, I think. His trademark, and he's scooping through there. You can see how much pace he adds to this game.
He does, and we mentioned that he's been named in the Australian youth squads. There's actually Raiden Hayato, who's been named in the New Zealand men's 20s team to play him, also in the Sharks team. So, interesting little storyline there.
And the Mets have just gone through again. They've cut them open down the inside, the Mets, and they are celebrating, and why not here? They're feeling it. Some younger players, of course, in this Mets squad, and that's a remarkable try to go 3-0 up.
Oscar Gray, we said how good his long ball is. He shows his short ball on this occasion. The Sharks middle shutting. Link not there on that occasion. Hahipenny and number 7, Michael Jokador, scores that one.
And the Mets, with a stunning 3-0 lead. Can't think of too many teams in NTLs who have finished fourth in their pool, made their way to the grand final, and actually been leading by 3 tries. So the Mets here, well, this could be quite the upset if they keep things going the way that they are. But you know that the Sharks, they're going to put in an effort here, and this is a great opportunity to change fate as you will here. So the Sharks bringing on some of their key strike players. I think we might see Charlton entering the field in the back of play here. It's the number 6 from the Sharks, skipping away there, looking pretty dangerous. Hayeta, you mentioned that name. He'll be playing for New Zealand in the 20s very soon. So in the number 3, it's Charlton, and an offside call. So starting to get dangerous for the Mets. Their defence will be tested, and they'll be looking to ask all the right questions here, the Sharks.
Yeah, Lennox Taker, Australian under-18s representative on the dive there. Good defence. This is what the Mets are known for. As we said, they haven't let a try in here. They let in 1 try per 20 minutes in the semi-final. And the Sharks are up against it, even to just come into this one, Jack.
The Sharks are indeed, and they're going to want something to work here. Charlton does it all on his own. I don't know how he's done that. He stepped backwards off the right foot and then just launched like an Olympic long jumper head first at the try line.
Yeah, off that right foot. He was player of the tournament at last year's National Youth Championships. He had a summer trial with the West Tigers down in Sydney, and you can see why his name gets mentioned so much in commentary there.
He's an extraordinary talent, Charlton, of course. Undoubtedly be playing in the Opens divisions in years to come if he's not playing in the NRL. And here come the Mets, though. They'll look for their 4th. Playing the ball pretty much on the try line. That's sort of a play that can really go either way. It's not normally advisable to play the ball so close, given that defenders can just jump on it. But that's a great barnstorming run from the Sharks up the left flank. So, pushing back on the inside now. It's the number 1, Jack Quinn. And picking up is the 2, Cade Robson. He's away. That's an electric run. And doesn't make it there. So Matt Lavery calling ball down.
Well, I thought the Mets player might have got a touch on it, but no. Ball down, Mets ball, and good scramble to stop that one, because I do feel like the Sharks, after scoring that first one, Jack, have the momentum back.
And they'll have to do some work, because Sharks with momentum means points on the board. We know that when you look down here and you're seeing names like Robson and Charlton and Hayeta. This is not just a case where the Mets need to keep the Sharks out, but they need to keep scoring. And they'll have a crack here. It will be the number 20 again. Oscar Gray's been a really good playmaker in this side so far. And Rawali as well. Number 5, Cameron Chloe, passing back on the inside. One of the try scorers from their semi-final fixture. And well stopped there by the 11. It's Perry for the Sharks, who gets his hand in the way. 6 more is the call. And the Mets try their luck at the line for their 4th try. If they can get it across, and that is a great line run against the grain. They pass back into the face of play there. Talk us through that one, Mark.
What a great hole there from the link. Oscar Gray picks up from half, gets it back off the quickie. Did Horatio Edwards for his first try assist. So the Sharks winger just a little bit wide.
I believe it was the number 8 that got the ball down. It's Taj Jelicic, and that is a nice try. They're 3 up now, but the Sharks are coming in hot here. They should get 6 again here. That will be the call from the on-field referee. It's really starting to heat up this match, and lots of players standing out here for the Sharks. He's tried to skip around the 0. It's Kaya Castles for the South Queensland Sharks. Grand final action in the men's 20s. And at 4-1, we're halfway through the half. We're halfway through the first half, and Charlton there looks like an offside call. So there's going to be 6 more. Charlton's won it over. Yeah, he's just so dangerous around that 7-metre mark, Charlton, and I think they're going to look to keep getting the ball to him. Having a crack at the line there. Great touch by the winger from the Mets. He's kicked up real quick there. I think he actually took him by surprise.
Yeah, Dylan Bissett scored a try earlier. Great defensive read there.
They come again. It's Charlton with the ball. Can he go for the line again? And reached out there. Zero Kaya Castles, but he is caught. He's been pretty springy around the middle of the park. And he'll be playing the ball now for Hayata. Hayata with the ball. And he's found a player. The touch was called, but it wasn't quick enough to stop the Sharks. They're on their way back here. It's 4-2 in this men's 20 final.
Raiden Hayata, we mentioned him earlier. This is what our New Zealand friends watching on Sky Sports have to look forward to. Scoops through there and finds Lennox Taker, the Australian 18's representative. Perfectly timed pass, just got it away. Referee right on the spot, 4-2.
2 tries to the Sharks, and they're looking pumped up here. Couple of tries, quick succession. 8 minutes left in this first half, and a bullet pass. He's gotten away there through the centre. And putting the step on here, it's a masterclass. Playing the ball out to the line. Can he be stopped? The number 4 there, great cover defence from Carter Skinner. And they're still playing here, though. The ball is intercepted eventually, but the Mets, they strung together passes there to just about everyone on the pitch.
The Harlem Globe Mets there as Trey Hahupenny from the Sharks finally stops them. Good defensive read at length, but great skills from the Mets as we see a turnover there. Crucial.
And sometimes when the play starts getting a little bit chaotic and the ball gets thrown around a bit, this is what tends to happen. The ruck plays, lose their cool a bit. They're trying to be a bit too cute, and they'll work their way now to the box set. Or will they? Bit of a variation this time. So they're choosing to stay out in the middle. Horatio Edwards there, as well as Oscar Gray. Oscar with a great start to the half. He's going to receive the ball here. You expect, or a cutout ball has dodged him instead. That ball trying to make it through to Wickham, but no luck. And the Sharks will get possession. What do they need to do here, Mark, to come all the way back here and tie things up?
Well, the momentum is back in the balance. The Mets have been very good on the scoreboard, very good defensively. So the Sharks just need to keep sticking at it. Here you see Hayata and Charlton come back on, and they're going to be 2 of their main attackers. So play to their strengths here. And
that is definitely well said. And they do have a lot of strengths, so pinpointing which strengths to use, I'm sure, will be part of that equation. So it's the 6, Hayata. One of the big strengths of this team. He's through from dummy half. He'd like to say he's got the ball down, but I think the touch has been made. Yep, they're all admitting that. Good defense from the Mets, staying on their player there. Coming up now for a box set. They're playing that one extra pass, the Mets. They're playing confident and comfortable footy right now as new players on the field, and barely a mistake in sight so far from the Mets, and that's pretty tough to play against. We see time and time again teams that just complete their sets end up being rewarded, and they are here, in fact, rewarded with a penalty, the Mets. So they're going to get 6 more touches. Time to bring on the strikers.
Yeah, and this is that man, Luddy Levu, we said. He hasn't actually featured too much in the game so far, so here's an opportunity for him. Very dangerous in the semi-final this morning.
Edwards will dump for Levu. Back on the inside. Yeah, expect to see a bit of buddy work here. And I think the idea here is play a few through the centre and compress them through the middle, and then as the touch count comes to a close, they're going to end up going long. And there it is, going to the line, but yeah, it was tipped on, and it's gone forward, that ball. So forward pass by the Sharks, although it was obviously unintentional. And here we go. The Mets putting a lot of pressure on here. It's a pressure cooker out there in the middle of the park. Now have a crack at the line here, nice and close. The touch has been made, so they'll pull it back. Charlton doing his hard work in defence as well. It's good to see as well when you've got a player out there who's such an attacking weapon actually backing up in defence. And another crack at the line. They just keep coming here, the Mets. They're on a rampage right now, and they don't mind if they're not converting it to points. It would be handy, but just the pressure is really great here. Well, they'll go long again, and it's been put down, so 6 more. This is their 3rd or 4th set on the line in a row, the Mets.
Yeah, if they complete this set, 15, 16, 17, 18 touches on the line.
And you see hands on hips, bent over. They're clearly tired out there. They haven't subbed for a little while, the Sharks players. So I suspect if we have a clean set here, and we don't.
Yeah, Trey Hahi-Penny, the length there. We've mentioned his name a few times. He's one of the key defenders for the Sharks. Gets in there, forces an error on the Mets player. And Sharks get out of jail with their legs and lungs burning.
Yeah, that's a really important touch made there by Hahi-Penny. He's done his team a massive favour there, especially the pod that were on at that point. Driving up now, the Sharks, they did get fresh legs on, so they'll be in a decent position to attack here. A spinning long ball, which was well caught, but 6 touches have been reached. Now, we've only got 3 minutes left. We've just ticked over in this first half. So the Mets here, with 2 points ahead, will look to add a third. Go into half-time with the 3-point lead, then you're looking good. Picking up from dummy half here is Mets player. It's Gray again. Doesn't find a man that time. But the Sharks here, can they strike before the halftime buzzer? Be the big question on everyone's minds. Sprinting to the wing is the number 4. That's Carter Skinner. He's done some good defensive work so far in the game. The 11, Perry. Coming up now is the number 1. It's Jack Quinn. Back to the 11. Perry. Quinn. Perry picking up from half. He'll spin left to right. That's a great ball. Goes all the way out there to the number 10, Tiaho Barry. And, gee, you love that play.
Great play from Narco Perry, affectionately known as Nacho, with the massive left to right pass there over the top. And, yeah, perfect touch football. And as Tiaho Barry finishes well.
Although they're from Queensland, I think they still probably call it a Harbour Bridge ball up in Queensland as well, but certainly the Mets do. Perfect ball. And that bridge will be standing for a long time to come. So a great try there to Tiaho Barry, bringing it back to just within 1 point. We love a close tussle here, especially in a grand final. Surprising somewhat to see the Mets in this advantageous position. Tries to juggle there. I don't think there would have been a touch, actually. So I think if he held on to that, and we might have been announcing a try there.
Similar play to what they ran in the first on the first set. And, yeah, just bobbles that one, drops to ground.
So the supporters in full force here at Coffs Harbour. Couple of fellas giving a wave to the commentary box as the stands fill up. Grand finals awaiting. And the South Queensland Sharks, well, they're looking to equalise here. Can they do it right before half-time? This is the last minute, so this will be their last attacking chance, you expect. Almost gotten away, but the touch made. He's saying, oh, don't know about that. The number 16 from the Sharks, it's Lennox Taker. He's already scored 1, but clearly not content with that. So Taker picks up the ball. He's going to go right to left, cut out ball. 5th and last, it's going to be static. Kaya Castles to play the ball. Seconds left in this first half, and that probably will take us to half-time. We may see one roll of the ball here before the buzzer, and we do. And happy to call a truce. And it should be quite the spectacle as we see the box there. And David Collins, of course, will have been getting the troops, as you can see there, as that shot pans away. Excellent example of someone who's brought up a lot of touch talent. So seconds away now from the tap-off. And, of course, out in the middle there, we're going to have Jack Quinn, and right on his tail there is Jai Charlton. Awaiting the tap now. The paint away scoreboard is tight in this grand final match, and we expect nothing less. Slight hold up here at Coffs Harbour just before the whistle blows. Blowing the whistle there is John Hamstra, referee, on field as we speak, and Charlton straight away will be picking up from dummy half. He'll be calling his shots in this first set. He throws all the way to the right, and right off the bat, a set play piece against the grain. They've worked their way with some good passing there, the Sharks, and they've tied it all up straight away.
Yeah, nice little trick play. It's a quickie setup. Quinn steps forward, so Jai Charlton hits Kaya Castles, his Gold Coast teammate, out the back to find the winger there. Number 10,
Tiago Barry.
Yeah.
And he's had a fine day, notched up his second there. It's always a good sign that your team is on fire when your wingers are scoring. And the Mets here, tough starts. They'll look to hit back right away. You sense that they need to get a bit ahead here at the start. Number 2 runs through it to Horatio Edwards. He's looking for an option here, and he's found one. He's a magician. He's Houdini. That's an unbelievable way to find a player. It seemed like he was caught with no real estate left in the back end of the corner there, but no, he's put his team ahead once more. Horatio Edwards.
Horatio Edwards. He was good this morning. He's been sensational in this grand final, Jack. That's his second assist of the match. Nice little dummy pump, runs through, and then finally finds Ryan Field out there free. 5-4.
How has he not been caught there? That's extraordinary work to stay away from the defender for long enough. And, yeah, good support play as well. Never giving up, never stop running. The Sharks here have won a penalty 7 metres out from the line. And Jai Charlton, gosh, he's just poking and prodding, looking to pierce that defensive line of the Mets. He'll pick up from dummy half as the number 11 wraps around. It's Perry. But Charlton's the main man out in the middle there that they'll be looking to utilise. And Robson picks up back to Charlton. He throws long again. I think he might have wanted to go all the way to the wing there, but sort of second-guessed and just threw the single cutout. That's 6 touches, but not unhappy here. They would like to hit back soon, though.
Yeah, good defence from the Mets once again. Van McDonald, the link for the Sharks, just not hitting that ball with much momentum, so that was a bit easier to shut down than it should have been.
Well, the Mets picking up the ball here and finishing their set deep in Sharks territory. Perry and Robson still out there. They're almost certainly going to work their way to the box here. Let's see what they come up with. And they could have played that in ball, but no, they'd prefer to go to the box. It's the 55. Actually, this is quite unusual because I assumed that they were coming to their box on the left-hand side, but they've actually gone to the far side and let their right-hand players sub off while they did a bit of a buddy play out on the left. So a bit of variation there. Don't mind seeing that from the Sharks. 7 metres out now. And it's the number 1, Quinn, who looks for the long ball. Perhaps if the 55 tries to make it look like they're dodging out to the line, Campbell Hartley there, and then batting back on the in. Could have had more luck there, but not to be. And the Mets will clamber over the halfway line. A gritty performance so far from the Mets, and they're wanting to keep their noses in front here. They don't want to test fate against this Sharks lineup. The touch made. Again, it's a 70-metre set. You've got to be pretty pleased with that.
Yep, finish on the 7. Like we said, that's their strength. Get it up the field and defend well.
Sharks now to their box. Picking up is Cruz Frangi. Carter Skinner. Apologies for that. And then the 8, Hahipene, who's had a good first half. Back on the inside there. I think he's going to receive the ball from the dummy half in a moment here. Unless it's bat down, of course, by the 40, Ryan Fields from the Mets. So 6 more to come from the Sharks. The score is 5-4 in favour of the Mets. Still 15 minutes of play. Going for the line is the number 8 there. Oh. He hasn't quite got in, but gee, that was a close one.
Yeah, I don't know what the call was. It might even have said ball down there, but it did look from our angle to be a try.
It looked mighty close, that's for sure, and I think we're about to see the replay here indeed. Hahipene goes for the line. Yeah, he sort of bobbled the ball you are allowed to get the ball on the ground and then slide it over the try line, but what you can see there is that he's lost control of the ball and then regathered. So to us in the commentary box, it looked at first like a try in real time. Credit to the referees, 3 out there that have got that spot on. Matt Lavery, John Hamstra, and Ryan Wake. That's a good effort. We'll praise the referees for that one. And, a bit of an awkward touch there to finish the set. We're just re-looking at that attempt at a try. There wasn't too much protest, so I think he knew that it had taken a bit of a fumble there.
Trey's known for his slide dive, but what a great call from the referee to pick up the bobble there.
Yeah, and possibly an important call. Glad they've got that one correct. So Robson playing the ball, and Charlton will be picking up behind him. He's looking for the long ball. He's found a man. And back on the outside, has the touch been made? No touch whatsoever. So tricky play there. And the number 10, Tiaho Barry, has just scored for the Sharks. Seemingly didn't look like it was on.
Wow, it really didn't. And the Mets defender almost scrambled to make it. So Barry back inside to Perry, who chucks it over the top. And number 8, I thought Taj Jelicic, I thought he touched him, but must have been nothing in it. Good honesty. Tiahu Barry scores his 3rd try of the match.
So a hat trick for Tiahu Barry, and yeah, that defense was actually pretty strong. He's just missed the calf of Tiahu Barry there. But now we're at all square again. And the Mets try to sneak in underneath there. The number 2, it's Edwards again. He's a pest for the Sharks right now. They are struggling to deal with him close to the line and putting them in 2 minds. 5th touch here. See what they can do with it. And he's asking for a touch, no touch, I think. That's probably wishful thinking more than anything else on 5th touch there for the Mets. If he had got it, it would have been great. But they'll have to set up the defense now and defend the Sharks, who will be bringing on some of their chief strike players here. Number 6 out in the middle there. Hayata is involved. Going for the line, and an intercept is taken by the winger. He's done well to be up in the line there, ready for that ball. Most of the time it's the winger making the touch, but you can see that the offside call has come, and they're going to get a tap. What's their go-to play here? Well, let's have a look. It's the number 6 going for the try line. What do you be doing here, Mark? What play has worked so far for the Sharks?
Hayata is a go-to. Lennox Taker has great footwork, so I wouldn't mind seeing him have a dive at the line here.
And it's the number 5, the little outball play there. I heard the surprise in your voice, Mark. I think it was a surprising option. We got potentially an ankle issue there from Hayata. That's not good to see. Obviously selected in national squads, so we hope that it's just sort of a little niggle there that's been created, and he can have that issue solved quick, smart, and his team might even need him sooner than that, because Hayata has been a force to be reckoned with for the Sharks so far. The Mets now over the halfway line, well and truly. Picking up from half, it's the 11, Ladelevu. What can he do here? And they've shut him down well. So we see an offside call. I thought there was actually going to be a touch pass, but offside by the referees.
Carter Skinner, the number 4 for the Sharks, son of legend New Zealand men's player Troy Skinner. He's only 16 this year. He wouldn't even be 16 yet, so doing really well in defence.
There you go. So one of the youngest players in the squad, Skinner, and you're right, in the first half particularly, there was some great defensive touches made. Having a crack at the line here again. Who else but Skinner, I believe, is there. And it's touch 2 is the count. I believe an offside call, and it's the second penalty in a row. So 6 more to come. A third would obviously result in a binning. The Mets up here. It's Ladelevu. Has he got the ball to the line? He's snuck in underneath the Sharks there and put his team in front. Take us through that one, Mark.
Well, we said we haven't seen much of him. Maybe they're saving him for the second half. Right foot step off the quickie. Gets in between the middles. Harry McNamara just late on that one, the saver defender. And Laddie Levu doing what he did this morning, takes his team one try up with 10 minutes to go in the grand final here.
Laddie Levu making his mark late here. Charlton trying to get the ball out wide. No touch has been made. I thought for sure we'd seen a touch on the inside, but the Sharks there have gotten the ball away. Nice little team try. They're liking that left edge at the moment and equalised again. It seems like both teams here like the idea of a drop-off.
They're working towards it. Jai Charlton again, right to left to Trey Harhypenny, and there was a couple of claims for touch. It must have been very close. With Jaden Wilson scoring that one on the left wing.
Wilson scoring his first of the match. And the Mets, they'll be moving up here, looking to get their nose in front. Touch made, it's fifth and last. Scrambling defense, and they've scrambled well. Little out the back flick pass. Ball up in the sky, intercept taken. And the number 8 there, pretty tall, actually, for the Sharks as well, is Harhypenny. So not too bad. We've got to play it down in the back of the field again, and you can see on the edge of your screen there that the Sharks have had a few casualties in the last few minutes. Could be crucial as we come to the final moments of this game. There are 9 minutes left, so plenty of time. Taking a fumble there, so no luck in that set. And the Mets, well, they'll be coming off their own line here.
Yeah, Lennox Taker just setting up for Jai Charlton there. Must have gone to play it, picked it up again, but fumbled in the process. So we remain at 6-all.
6-all to score. And new players on for the Mets. Let's see what they can conjure here. Laddie Levu's involved again. And a forward pass being called. That's tough. That was looking pretty dangerous, and I think they'll go to that option again because you could see that things were opening up in the middle there.
Both the guys with the tidy, curly haircuts, Jai Charlton and Laddie Levu, now looking like the danger men in these final 8 minutes, Jack.
Easy enough to spot out there on the field. The haircut standing out, that's for sure. It's the number 5 now. That's a great barnstorming run. 6 as well has gone through for 6 again. So, yeah, is that Hayata back out on the field?
Straight back out there.
He's straight back out. So, good to see. The ankle injury not bothering him for now. In fact, he's not even walking with a limp anymore. So, that's good to see. Diving at the line, that is a good touch. And Laddie Levu putting in the hard yards in defence too. Campbell Hartley plays the ball back to the inside. Number 5 here, Harry McNamara picking up from half. Hayata. McNamara goes to the 8. Oh, gee, they're really trying to go in underneath here, and it is on. So why not have a go? 5th and last, little sneaky play. He pretended not to even do anything there, and it looks like the ball is down. Oh, that was some clever play there. He almost pretended that he wasn't going to sprint away from dummy half. He was standing still and then just accelerated off the ball.
Lennox Taker, the youngster, only turned 17 this year. Australian under-18s representative, scoops through on 5th. And Harhypenny had a couple of dives in this set. This time, the recipient, great ball, great try. Sharks up by 1.
So, with 6.5 minutes left on the clock, the Mets are the team that need to equalise now. Their Cinderella story, they've got to keep it alive. 4th in the pool, through the quarters, through the semis, here in the finals. And they're 1 down against a team that has not lost so far in the men's 20 division. Can they score here, the Mets? It's number 2 picking up. It's Edwards. Gets the ball back here. He's going to go long to the wing. Not enough time to get the ball grounded. And the 9 is caught. Dylan Bissett. They'll try again here. Oscar Gray picks up the ball to Edwards. And that will be 6 touches. They've still got time. 1 point in it, but another important defensive set here. They're going to want to get up and in the face of the Sharks, Mark.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The Sharks have the momentum, have the attacking prowess, and I think they're going to be really hard to topple now that the Mets didn't score in that set, but knowing the Mets, knowing where they come from, they won't be giving up.
And sprinting away here from dummy half. That is one of the quickest runs we've seen all week. Hayata, talk about that ankle. I don't think there's anything wrong with that ankle anymore. He's sprinted away there, and it will be the number 27 there, Van McDonald, that goes over for the Sharks. They're now 2 in front. Yeah, they're really finding their feet in this second half. And that's a great run from Hayata.
Credit to Raiden Hayata. We've mentioned his name. He's been prominent all match, finding Van McDonald in the corner from the Salmon Club on the Gold Coast. Raiden, that ankle's looking fine, blistering pace. Sharks up by 2 and might have clinched that one for them.
And we don't want to give up just yet on the Mets. A penalty blown. If they can score quickly here, 4.5 minutes left on the clock. They need 2 tries, and they certainly have the weaponry in this lineup to get the job done here. So Ladilevu and Horatio Edwards. Those would be the 2 key players that I'd be looking at on the field. Can they get the ball down there? The referees say all clear. The ball has been grounded. It's the 39 there, Braden Wickman for the Mets. Off the back of play from Edwards. And, of course, that name that keeps popping up, Ladilevu.
Yeah, and a claim from Hartley on the wing here. Campbell Hartley, who did definitely touch him, but the referees called ball was down first, so fair call.
Fair call, and 1 try in it now. Well, maybe they clinched the match earlier, the Sharks, but that will be yet to be seen with 1 try here. Importantly, making a touch there, the number 9 for the Mets, Dylan Bissett. He's been good shutting in from the wing there. Stopping Charlton is no mean feat. And on last, good hitting up defence there from the 8. It's Jelicic, but offside called there. Not happy with that call, but you've got to understand that the refs are in the best position to see things going on. So Jelicic will have to move his way back to the line. Oh, a second penalty in a row. It's getting dangerous territory now.
Yeah, not moving forward fast enough there. The Mets were ruled.
And with the second penalty inside the 7, they're going to have to be extra careful here. Pressure on the Mets. Their tournament hangs in the balance. The number 1, Quinn, with the ball now. And the 8 will pick up behind him, potentially. And that's 3, so they're going to call for a stop. He wants to run away there, the Sharks player, but let's see what the referees say here. Has a player been sent to the bin? And it seems as though they have, so they're playing 1 player down at the moment for the 3rd penalty straight within their 7. The referees on top of that call, and this could be a heartbreaking result here for the Mets. We did see earlier in the day a team managing to score a try down a player, but a tough task ahead here for the Mets.
Oh, Jai Charlton, something's wrong. They are playing the clock very well. When you have the ball, you have control, Jack. So with time ticking down, the Sharks just trying to use as much time as possible.
And Charlton will receive the ball back. They've got a lot of space to work with here, and that's good shut defence. Crucial. They're going to have to last another 3 sets here, but 2 of those will be attacking sets, importantly, for the Mets. So set completion really important here, and they want to get the ball as far up the field as possible so that this defensive set from the Sharks does not allow the Sharks to sort of run around. Fresh legs coming on the field now, but they will only have 5 in attack here. With a minute left in the game, actually, less important is the sets. More important is the fact that they have to score here. No choice. They do actually have 6 out on the field, so it seems as though there wasn't a binning earlier on. It's a little unclear whether or not that did occur, but Horatio Edwards, he tries to go over the line. They got 6 again, so there's a lot of clutch moments coming in here for the Mets. As Ladilevu picks up target players, and that is extraordinary defense from the Sharks player.
So the referee, I believe, has ruled a forward pass out of the ruck. Oh, and he's got him for no touch.
No touch call.
Edwards.
20 seconds on the clock. Edwards Is this what the Mets need to equalise the score? Edwards with a brilliant bit of play there to pull out of the touch. That was the only way that they get back into the game here. He's trying to call them forwards, and this will be possibly the last touch of the game. Unbelievably, we are heading to a drop-off. Horatio Edwards puts his team back into the game. The no-touch call in the centre of the park. Would you believe it? The Mets are back in with a try out on the wing. The Cinderella story continues. Fourth in their pool, worked their way through quarters, semis, and they have equalised here against the South Queensland Sharks. 8-all. We're going to a drop-off.
Jack, they just do not give up, these Mets.
Tale that just keeps coming up with more and more exciting moments, but yeah, all even, all square out here, and coaches David Collins and Mahuta Tika, I'm sure they'll have had some words to pump up both teams. We see Charlton in the middle, that key strike player. He's got to be your number one pick to be out there on the turf right now. Hayata would be another option as well. They want the 16, though, Lennox Taker. He's got a lot of pace on him, so I understand that choice. And they found Taker here early. The ball is down, so early blood here in the drop-off, but it's not over yet. Defensive set required.
Just a reminder, this period of extra time goes for 2 minutes as we see Charlton give it to Taker. Great diving play to make it 1-0. So we've got a minute and a half left of extra time, 4-on-4. And then if scores are still tied after that amount of time, then we go to 3-on-3.
And on the field too, next to us at 5-all, another drop-off is in play. So, yeah, really shaping up here to be an incredible finish as they're on the 7. Horatio Edwards plays to the line, and another try. We are at 9-all. It's the number 38 here for Max Phillips, and once again, Horatio Edwards the hero. So, yeah, you got to start thinking about who your picks might be for man of the match. If the Mets win, you look no further than Edwards.
Yeah, absolutely. This time left to right, end over end ball, beautifully thrown out there to Max Phillips for his first try. Horatio Edwards, his 4th assist in this one.
Jai Charlton being great for the Sharks, and he's out there again. You've got that pace in Taker again. The number 1, Jack Quinn, as well, will be involved in things here. He's looking for the sweet play, but Charlton, of course, from dummy half. Taker, he's going to have a go at the line. The ball is down again. Taker's on fire here. That's 10 tries for the Sharks. And importantly, there's only 10 seconds left on the clock. So they need a quick tap here, and I think the referees will call it. There's too many players on the field for the Sharks, but it won't be penalised yet because we have no one interrupting the play. Can they get the ball away, though? They're certainly going to try. They're running down. It's Ladelevu. Can he get the ball away? It will be 6 more, but that doesn't matter. He throws long. The ball's gone to the ground, and the Sharks have won. They sprint onto the field. The fairy tale ending for the Mets comes crashing down, but the deserved winners, the Sharks, in a remarkable drop-off. We're speechless here in the commentary box. Seems like I've got a lot to say, but goodness me, what a game of footy. The men's 20s final. Mark.
Jack, how do we wrap that one up? Just want to give a massive shout out to the Mets. Came 4th in their pool. Lost 3 matches through the round games.